All right, I am at the March meet here in Bakersfield, California with Jim Murphy and Daniel Wilkinson. Coming out, do the bottom end for him again, and this is my view from the cockpit because I guess I am now steering it a little bit. Going up to the staging lanes for our first real test hit. It's Friday, about 60 degrees and sunny. Anyways, go up here and make a hit and see what we can do. Well, the weather here is pretty damn nice. Sunshine, about 60 degrees, so track should be fairly fast. Track temp is about 90 degrees as of a half hour ago or so. So it should work out pretty good. I know it was a little rough for some folks to get here because of all the snow. The grapevine was closed, all kinds of shit was closed for a couple days. But it's turning out to be beautiful weather here actually at the March meet. So I don't know, we'll go up here and see if we can't go A to B. I think we get another qualifier again today. So anyways, it's Friday, March meet 2023. Drag races, quite a few of them here. So anyways, hopefully we can do a little better than last time I was here. I was here at the reunion and we broke a drive shaft. I think it was one of the last videos I posted for that matter. Anyways, hope you all are doing good and talk to you soon. Alright, so our first real qualifier didn't go quite as planned. I mean, we're still qualified number 8 and we ran like a 6:10, which is pretty slow, but the engine was really not happy, and I'll show you a little bit about what not happy here. If you look, so here's the rack out of our qualifying run yesterday, and piston number 1, super not happy, and number 4, it was just eating itself up, burning holes and things because it was lean. And then normally we have a pan pressure switch that would shut the engine down, and for some reason it didn't activate. So we fixed that, so that would activate. That would minimize this damage, because that's the biggest thing here is it's like once it starts seeing over 9-10 pounds of pan pressure, it should set the switch, kill the throttle, and shut the car off, and that didn't happen. So we created a lot more pan pressure than that and let it keep eating itself up. But you know, I know that looks really bad and everything, and the pistons are shot, but in one of these style of motors with the removable sleeves, I pulled 4 sleeves out of it, put 4 new sleeves in it, and we'll put a new rack in it. And the heads got a little fuzzed. They're very repairable. One needs a little bit of welding, but very repairable. So I mean, yeah, it's a lot of damage, but in a lot of ways it's not the end of the world for one of these things at all. But anyways, would have rather not seen that happen, but we're going to put a little bit more fuel in it and make a clutch adjustment, and hopefully she'll go A to B a little bit better and a lot happier. Alright, we are in the lanes for what would be considered Q3. We get one more qualifier today after this one, so hopefully we made some fuel adjustments and some clutch adjustments, so hopefully she goes A to B and we can lay down a solid pass. Like I say, we're qualified, but I think we're on the bump spot, which isn't a good place to be. So we'll hopefully improve and get some more information and go out there on the last qualifier and be able to really go. Anyways, new paint scheme with a new cowl this year on the car. I think it looks pretty good. Kenny Youngblood helped them out with that. Looks pretty good. 392 Hemi. All right, we are in the lanes for our third and final qualifier. Second one didn't go as planned either. Motor was happier, but still not super happy, but we broke loose and got a little squirrely. He had to get out of it at like 400 feet. So right now we are bumped out, so we need to make this pass pretty good. I think we got to, I'm not sure what we got to do to beat, but we are not in the show at the moment, so we're going to have to do a pretty good A to B pass to get ourselves in the show, unfortunately. So we'll see how it does. I don't know if we really made too many changes other than trying to get it to just get down through there. It was really kind of cold and overcast, and so the track temperature was down to like 77 degrees, and that gave us some issues. So I think it's actually a little warmer now. I have to go up and check track temp here in a minute, but the sun's out a little bit better, hopefully warming it up a skosh. So right now, need a solid A to B pass to make the show. That should put us in the show. Here I am waiting to see if we stay in the show or get bumped out in front of the fans. All right, it is race day Sunday morning, and just getting the car ready to go. She's about ready to go. We're waiting for the track to get dried out. We had a little rain overnight, a little cooler today. So we had 16 cars in our class for an 8-car field, and we ended up qualifying 8, so we made the show with a 595. The engine's a lot happier. It came back pretty nice last night, so they finally sorted it out a little bit, and it went down through there. So 595, and I think the number 1 qualifier is a 575. So we'll see how things go today. I think that's who we have first round. Obviously, we qualified 8th, and they're number 1. So we'll see if we can't put them out first round and go along. But things, like I say, things definitely stepped up yesterday afternoon, and car did what it was supposed to, and everything came back pretty happy. Nothing really hurt. I think one pinched ringland, which is pretty common with these smaller pump cars. But anywho, we'll check in here a little bit later and see if we can't get through round 1. All right, this is my view. We're headed up to the lanes here in a second. Get rolling for E1. Everything's checking out pretty good, so we'll see what we can do. All right, this is my view. We're headed up to the lanes here in a second. Get rolling for E1. Everything's checking out pretty good, so we'll see what we can do. Okay, so as usual, of late, I'm a little late on getting this video out there, but anyways, Bakersfield was a good time. It was great weather Friday and Saturday, and then unfortunately Sunday we got rained out and some oil downs. Slowed it down enough that we didn't get to make a pass. They're going to make that race up. We're qualified 8th for the 8-car field. There were 16 cars there. They said they needed to have 17 cars to do a 16-car field. So, and we snuck in with the last qualifier. We got in there as number 8. So we have number 1 qualifier first round, and they're going to do that in at the reunion race. So union race, the rounds of racing will be during qualifying. So it'll be kind of like a double race, which I'm assuming that's going to have a pretty big impact on how big that race is for everybody as far as the points is concerned to be the champion. But if the points race is anywhere close, then that last race of the season where we're actually going to have 2 races in one will be a pretty big deal. I feel like Daniel and Jim had a real good handle on the car by the end of the weekend. We started out a little rough and caused quite a bit of damage, and the motor wasn't happy, but they got that sorted out. And car went a 595, and I know we had more in it than that. We just needed to go A to B. So I think it should be pretty good. I had a great time. They let me tow the car or drive the car back, get towed back. So hopefully, and I didn't crash anything. I've never been in a front engine dragster before. I'm actually not quite as tall as Jim, but pretty close. I fit kind of good in there. If he ever decides he doesn't want to drive, I'm happy to step in. No, anyways, but it was a great time. I have a lot of fun racing with those guys. They've been doing it for ever together, and they're just laid back and have a good time. And they let me do a lot on the car, which is fun for me. Get my little taste of nitro, and I do the bottom end for them, but I get to do more, and it's a lot of fun for me to get my little nitro fix and not just be underneath the car. Other than that, like I say, it was a great time, and we'll be back there in the fall.